Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me? We good?
We good.
We sound good?
We're good.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man, the fellas been out there. They've been upgrading their technology. Listen, y'all, no fan noises in the background, none of that stuff, right? Now, G, if you get hot, me and Duck figure something out, right? You could turn your joints on, but in the settings, there's this new setting that they introduced on here that says reduce background noise, mic background noise.
Yeah.
And it completely cut out the fan. He's got his AC up there running. It completely cut it out and everything. It's great. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm liking that, man. I'm liking it. Fellas, what's been going on? How y'all doing, man?
I'm good. Yeah, nothing new really. I bought a bigger storage for my PlayStation, so that's the only thing really.
Yo, you balling lately.
First of all, I'm not balling.
Every time we talk to him, he just
come out here. I got something new. I got something new for the whip this week. You bought a new car last week, right?
Nah, that if everything go good, that'll be March. I'll start looking for a new car.
Just don't forget us little people.
I keep speaking richness in the mic life. I'm waiting for him to.
Waiting for me to what? What you want me to do?
Come up so I can quit my job. No, I'm playing.
Wow.
But I do, after yesterday's game, I would like to make a revision on
Well, don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead. We're gonna talk about some things.
I was about to respond to what you just said about you. It's funny because for the full time that I've been unemployed, the usual suspects that come to me asking to borrow money have still been coming to me asking to borrow money as if they don't know I'm unemployed.
Hey, but they know how you was when you had it. You was out here taking trips out the country. Like
one boy a couple months ago was like, "Yo, bro, I'm tired of working all this OT. Come on, when you gonna get back in?"
Wow, man. Wow. So G's not doing nothing different than any other week. He's out here buying shit just to be buying it, right? He's out here splurging.
Hey, no young kid life out here.
I'm not mad at that. A little jealous, but not mad. Oh man, I've been good lately too. The last of the vacation weeks with my daughter. I still get her back Thursday. We're back to the regular schedule, so I'm looking forward to that. And football's back. I'm hype about that. And otherwise, same old. Interviewing for jobs and waiting on responses.
I have had quite the adventurous weekend since we last spoke. I think we did a show on Derek's birthday.
No, we were supposed to. I think we did it Friday.
Yeah, we did it Friday.
We couldn't. Melissa was in the hospital on Friday night.
No, we did it right after I left your house.
That's right. We went on Saturday. Okay, you're right. Okay, so we've talked since Derek's birthday and my anniversary. My wife's birthday was the 10th, which was Sunday.
Saturday. Yep. Sorry, I'm mixing up. My bad.
She spent the day in the hospital. We took her to the hospital just to get some medication and stuff, and they ended up admitting her. She had to spend a couple of days in the hospital. She got discharged yesterday, and then she came home. She was happy. She was excited to eat. So I let her order, wherever she wanted to order from. Happy birthday, right? So I go and pick up the food because she's still swollen in the face and stuff. Like, she got this whole, Professor Klump thing going on. I didn't want her reading the menu and be like, yeah, me and Miss Purdy going to have the I didn't want that going on. So we stayed home. I went and picked up the food. We bring it back. She eats. Today was the surgery. So we couldn't get same day service because it was too short notice. They discharged her around 12 and it was just a little too late. So we get the surgery done today. And the lady's like, oh, I'm going to take good care of her. We're going to put her out. We're going to knock her out. I'm hoping that she give me some good, y'all see the people waking up from anesthesia. You see some of the good clips, right?
The little boy, the original one, I still think was the best one all those years ago. But
you talking about Charlie?
I don't remember his name. Am I gonna be like this forever? That was.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know, man. Have you seen the one where the girl thought her tongue fell out and it was the galls? It was just mad.
I thought it was gum, but yeah.
It was galls, bro. Like, listen, man, that joint was funny. Like, she was like, "What's this?" And then it just fell off.
Yep.
No, first she goes, "What's this?" And she pointed to it, and her dad's like, "Oh, that's your tongue." And then it falls out, and she goes, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Start flipping out. It's my tongue. It's my tongue. He was like, "What the hell?" And then she showed me this other one. This lady was just going through the motions, man. You know what? I might be able to actually share this with y'all. She sent it to me today, and I think I still have the link for it.
Is that the one you posted in the group today?
Yep.
Yeah.
I sure did. I'm gonna share this with y'all real quick. This is the kind of content I was hoping for with my wife, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened. All right, so here.
You pulled it up. Let me ask you something. Was your wife's health situation the reason that you dropped out of the 30-day challenge? Not even a third of the way through.
Yeah. Yep.
I want you to know, when you told me this morning that you stopped, that was literally the only acceptable answer in my head. I was like, anything else, I was gonna lie.
I told you.
I was gonna tell you had to catch up.
I didn't tell y'all I was gonna start over.
No. All you said was, "I'll explain later," and then nobody else said anything.
Later never came, huh?
Nope.
I've been busy, y'all. Like, well, anyway. All right, I ain't arguing with y'all, mofos. So this is. I wish there was a way to make this go full screen, but this is it right here.
I thought you were about to say, I wish there was a way to make it bigger. I'm like, that's what he said.
Where did that go? Where did my hat go?
Do you want a hat to keep for home?
No, it's really ugly.
What's in there?
It's a hat.
I know they're going to bring you another one.
I just don't know if I can trust them now. I cried a lot.
It's okay.
I hate this hat now. It was in my head. It was sitting on top. It's gonna be okay, don't you think? I forgot to wear underwear.
That's the one that took me out, yo.
I forgot. And they said you can take everything else on, but leave your underwear. I said, I'm not wearing any. They took my tonsils, they took my hat.
They took my
It's gonna be okay though because I got a new one. Yeah, you know, when I put it on, I just feel much better. I'm sorry, you didn't let me see that.
It was the underwear for me, bro.
Yo.
She whispered in like,
That's funny.
This was hilarious to me because she was really going through it about this damn hat. She was like, "Where's my hat?" And then they were like, "Oh, we can give you another one." No, I don't want it. And then she says something else later, and she gets the hat back. And then she was like, "I don't know if I can trust them," because they took her hat. And then she's like, "They took my hat. They took my tonsils." Like, and then she was like, "It's gonna be okay. I got my hat." And then she's like, "It's so ugly." Like, she was just back and forth with her emotions about. I'm watching one more time because never mind, I'm not gonna do it. But that's what I was hoping for, right? That's what I wanted to see. So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be out in the car because I'm still working. And they were like, "Well, we'll call you when she wakes up." We put her in the little waiting area, and she has to stay there for about 15 minutes or so. We'll call you when we're taking her to the waiting area. I'm like, all right. I look up and they're coming down the street, and Melissa's just crying. She's got her hand on this woman's shoulder. They're walking. I was like, I didn't have a missed call. Nobody called. She was like, "Yeah, we knew you were right here outside." They were like, "Sir, she's in a lot of pain." She's in a lot of pain. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna record this then because it's not the content that I was hoping for. But long story short, she has been drugged up pretty much since then. No more crying. She even warmed up some food for the kids for dinner. So kudos to her being a soldier and trucking through it, man. So she's been doing all right.
So did they remove a tooth or what? Yeah.
So it originally started with a tooth infection. And then it turned into something else. It was another kind of infection on top of the tooth infection, and it started spreading down to her to her like from her mouth to her neck to her chest, and they were worried about the infection getting to her heart or lungs or to heart or bloodstream. So that's why they told us to go to the hospital. Hospital were like, listen, we're going to keep you here because if we expected to swell and start going down already, and it's not. It's still like spreading. So in case something goes wrong, we want you to be here already, not trying to race here. So they kept her for a couple of days. She had been on antibiotics and everything to fight the infection all along. When they removed the tooth, this is gonna sound nasty, but they were like, it was like lava. The pus just started like just bubbling out in her mouth. So they do the vacuum and everything. She actually has a drainage tube still in her mouth for the blood and the pus because they were saying it was just that much. She was like,
so
we think
where
we
does
got
it drain out to, like out of her
That's
mouth?
exactly what I said. There ain't no hole in her mouth or nothing like that. So is she just swallowing this shit? Like, what is happening? So I don't know, but they were like, we got to go back on Thursday to get the tube taken out. But they got the one tooth. They offered to take some other ones, and she was like, no, because she was in so much pain. She didn't want to go through with it. And so she's home. She's here. And we go back on Thursday. So it's just been like just no time. Like I was doing mommy and daddy duty while she's in the hospital and trying to get up there to spend time with her, still doing my shows for football and everything. It was just too much to do in 24 hours and not enough me's to go around. So it was a bit hectic, but I am grateful that she's over. It's done and over with. Like I don't have to worry about her like being in pain after that. It's all taken care of. So she'll be all right. She'll be good. Let's get to our first topic of the night. Duck, I owe you an apology. You said, and I quote, I was asking y'all for what topics y'all wanted to go over, and you said we could talk about brick face scammer chick. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need more detail than that to find it. And you never responded. So I typed in brick face scammer chick on Twitter, and it popped right up.
I'm surprised you haven't heard about it.
I did. I had heard about it, but I didn't know that's what you were talking about. And like I didn't even draw the correlation. So when you said brick face, I was thinking, I'm just going, oh, I'm old, whatever. Like that's what we call ugly girls. Like, oh, her face is brick. Like
that's
like,
why I said bricked. She got bricked. That's
right.
why I worded it. Because yes, that was when I first started to type it out. I was typing brick face. I was like, he gonna think I'm talking about an ugly girl. Which after the bricking she was, but before that I was like, nah, it's brick. She got hit with a brick. So
right. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, yo, like brick face, like what is he talking about? Like, and so I typed it in, and boom, it popped right up. So let me see if I could provide a little bit of backstory here on brick face scammer chick. So this girl post this video of her in a hospital crying because she's claiming now her face is all swollen and everything. This is why I can't wait to see.
The first video was supposedly in the immediate aftermath.
Was supposed to be what?
It was in the immediate aftermath, right after that.
I don't know what you're saying. It was supposed to be immediately after.
It was the immediate after, right after she got hit, and like people were asking questions like, why are you going to social media before you go on one?
Oh, when she was outside, like yelling, calling the dudes cowards. Yeah. So, let me see. Hold on. I want to find the original one.
The hospital video was a follow up. I actually only saw stills in the hospital. I actually never saw.
Oh no, I have the video of the hospital one. I'm trying to find the video of her being outside, yelling at people. Is this the one? No, it's not this one. It's not this one. I'm trying to find the one with her outside. But either way, oh. No, that's not the one. Wow. So they found a video from 2002 with her saying the same thing.
20 years
I mean,
ago?
I'm sorry, from 2020. I said 2002. I got my numbers.
Yeah, that was a serious case of dyslexia.
My bad. So anyway, so she claims that she was at a nightclub and some guy asked her for her number, and she said no. And then they hit her with a brick. Now this is what she's saying. Some man out in Houston attacked her, struck her with a brick.
Dang.
Turns out, what'd you say, Duck?
Apparently, he got in the car and drove off. That was all a part of her story, and now she was worried that he was going to go uncaught because nobody did anything.
Right. So then what was weird was the abundance of people that came out and were like, yeah, I was there and she deserved it. Like she was attacking, she was antagonizing the men and all that stuff. But what was I know where to find the original video. My son on Twitter, I mean on IG. He actually I wonder if he took it down yet. I wonder if he took it down because he's always talking about how we need to protect our community and stand up for our people and all that. I wonder if he took it down. Let me see. He might have taken it down once he realized that should be fake. Oh no, here it is. All right, so we're gonna share my son's video right here. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We'll share this one here. How do I start this over? I'm an F5 this joint or F3. Here we go. Let me turn the sound on. Can y'all see that?
Nope.
I'm not sharing right now.
Oh, damn, my bad. Y'all wouldn't have been able to hear anything. All right, so this is the video of her outside the club that my son was commenting on.
Man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me, fucking grabbed a rock, and he hit me in my fucking face, and I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. You don't see that shit? You don't see that shit? What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
All right, so that was the first video that created all the outrage. All right, and people were coming to her defense. Men are cowards. If you listen to what the guys are saying in the background, what brick? What stone? Where was this? Where was this? All right, this gets deep. So people were saying, "Oh, she's just trying to go viral. She's just trying to go viral." This is what a lot of people were saying right away. And they were saying that because she has videos where it was clearly fake, where she would walk up to like white people and like she would say something and slap them, but it was like one of these kind of slap. It wasn't a real slap. So they thought that this was just another skit. So then she goes live from the hospital. All right. The hospital video looks way worse. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all the hospital video now. Show y'all this. This is going crazy.
It was like,
all right,
what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man have I
this
ever
look crazy.
done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick, and all these is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and they all just watch, and they let that get in a car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
G, I want to get your thoughts so far.
My first thought was usually when they say I ain't never did nothing to nobody, they have done something to somebody over their course of life. That was my first thought.
You've done a lot of somethings usually. not just one or two, but you've done a lot.
But honestly, over the years, I have become reserved. I have reserved my judgment until all the facts have come out. Jussie Smollett what happens to be one of those cases. I remember everybody, not everybody, but when I had Facebook, everybody, justice for Jussie, I stand with, and then the facts came out, crickets. Crickets. So that's why I'm like, I hold my judgment in my head until I get more facts. But based on if we're having a conversation about, you know, the facts that are currently out, I'm like, okay, I gave my opinion right then and there, but I let it be known until more evidence comes out. But 9 times out of 10, I'm like, okay, if what she's saying is true, that's effed up. But do I think what she's saying is true? No.
Have either of y'all ever been struck with a blunt object to the head?
Yes.
Or just seen it?
Yes.
Seen it? Any chance was there blood?
No.
Yeah. When I got hit, I still got a scar over my eye. I got hit in the eye with a flashlight, and it cut over my eye. It was blood, it was swole up and everything. Yeah.
We got an uncle that got hit in the eye with a bat. He's basically blind. You can see the blind sometimes, if that makes sense, in that one eye. For it to just be swollen and for her to be taking the video immediately after, I felt like there should have been more damage. That was like the first red flag to me. Why aren't you dialing for emergency services? Why isn't there blood? If a grown man just cracks you over the head with a brick the way you're describing, there should actually be more damage than just that swelling on the side of her head. That was my initial thoughts. And the same thing in the I didn't see, I couldn't tell. It didn't look like there was any stitching or anything in the hospital video. I don't know. But a lot of it seemed very suspect from the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, then people started digging up her social medias, and they found this video. It's clearly staged. The camera's there to catch all of this. It wasn't a real slap. And if you ever really slapped somebody before, you're not walking away without looking back to see if they following up or none of that stuff. You're definitely not going to dance. And she has a couple of different videos doing that same thing. This is where it gets deeper. All right. I can't believe we're doing such a deep dive on this shit. This is crazy to me. This is
This is the first thing that popped in mind. Just because I find it utterly ridiculous.
So now there's this video. Oh, where'd it go? Hold on. Oh, I got to put in brick face girl. What is it again? Brick face.
Camera chick. That's what Duck described it as.
Yes. And yo, I can't believe how much shit actually popped up. So they got this video of her now from 2020. I'm going to play that one for y'all too.
The doctor and they're mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They gonna beat me up. I'm 30 years old. They gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me.
You gonna do this to me? You gonna do it? Hey! I made y'all.
Now that's old. She didn't say a brick in this one, but that's old. Okay. So now they're saying she had an allergic reaction or something like that. So now here's a 3-minute video we're gonna watch of this girl. Yeah, it's okay because she's gonna break it all down, but she's going off, and it's gonna lead to our hip hop question, believe it or not. All right. So here's this video, and I want y'all to check this out.
For this one, you guys remember this woman who was hit in the face with a brick? Even though it appears that she's having the same allergic reaction she was having in this video, I think this woman set this entire thing up as a hoax. In fact, actually, I know it was a hoax. Coincidentally, every few years she gets attacked in the face by a random stranger, fails to make a police report, but makes a GoFundMe and garners thousands of dollars. Here was her first one. And her second one in 2020 where she garnered $41,000. And here's the video she used to sucker people into that money.
You run and they mad because you trying to fucking beat somebody. They mad because you trying to beat somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick? I just saw the GoFundMe numbers. Would y'all let me hit you in the face with a brick for $41,000?
Do I know that it's going to get 41,000, or are we just taking a shot in the dark?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The internet is not as kind to men, especially black men. So no,
Okay.
I would need a guarantee of much more money, and I don't think we're hitting the numbers.
Break
Not
down
for the
at
advantage I'm going to say, because the thing is, we're not staging it like she just said it was likely an allergic reaction. You talking about legitimately hitting me with a brick? Like,
I mean, all right, yeah, but like I need to be caught on camera so you can really get the restitution. What?
Did one of his kids just cuss? It sounded like they said GD, right?
Yeah, Aria did sound like she cursed. Because if there's any kid, one of the kids that's going to curse, it's definitely going to be Aria.
Mm-hmm. That little girl was funny.
But yo, 41 to get hit in the face with a brick.
Or to pretend to get hit in the face with a brick. That's the thing. She ain't even doing it for real.
So I would let y'all hit me in the face with a brick, but we got to record it and everything, and then I got to be like, "Oh, my wife in the hospital, and this is just us." And I would do it. I would do it. I would do it. I would lose a tooth for $40K. Like, listen, people fighting for that kind of money, and they gotta train and spar for it.
I get it. Like, yes, if we can guarantee the 40, I'm all the way there. My issue is I don't think the GoFundMe is going to get there. For a man, I don't think the GoFundMe will get there.
Plus, like, we need to go over, like, where we're hitting, like, bro, not the temple, because, you know, that might be death.
I would tell you to sell it. If we got the guarantee, I would tell you to sell it. Like, make it.
All right. Let's see what else happens here. Hold on.
For no reason. They don't beat me up. I'm 30 years old, they don't beat me up.
Interesting. So not once, not twice, but 3 times you got beat up by strangers, strange black men, didn't make a police report, but made a GoFundMe.
Chanel.
And then conveniently, when the $41,000 is probably run out, now you're back at it again. Using black men as these monsters to your fucking scheme, and using a very serious issue that's not taken seriously enough, which is violence against women, as some sort of like leverage to your hoax. It's absolutely sickening and disgusting. And you guys can question me all you want, but the people who were there, including the club managers, okay, all attested to the fact that this never happened. This woman was never hit in the face with a brick. The club that she was standing outside of, they have security footage 24/7. They released a statement saying that there was no incident with her getting hit in the face with a brick. The 2 guys that she filmed accusing them of not doing anything, they didn't see anything. In fact, they've come out saying that they were confused because there were police parked at the gas station right across the street. So if this woman did get hit in the face with a brick, why weren't the police there? Seems like a pretty disgusting coincidence to me, and I'm not the only one questioning it. Along with the internet, articles are now coming out. Would you look at that? Apparently, she's been arrested for doing this type of shit before. What women like her are doing are just validating people who want to downplay the severity of violence against women. Severity of violence against women. She's just feeding their bias, saying, look, it's not that serious of an issue. Women are lying. Now in the future, if a woman really does get violently assaulted for not giving somebody her phone number and she goes to the internet for help, is the internet going to help her? Probably not. I'm going to do a full deep dive into this woman, and I'm going to put it up on my YouTube because people need to be aware of these scams. The police should be aware, and she should be held criminally accountable like she has been before. And to this disgusting mother, why don't you get an actual job? Do something with your life other than this. You walk around this world disrespecting men, hitting men, and then playing victim and painting them as perpetrators like you're just some fucking innocent woman who's getting smacked in the face by men who want your number? No, I think it's pretty clear to see actually nobody wants your number, and that's why you're pissed off. That's why you need to make up these false scenarios. That's why you need to put other women at risk for not being believed when they come forward. And you were willing to paint all of those black men as fucking cowards and people like me fell for it. Shame on you. Shame on me. You need to be investigated because what you're doing is fucking criminal. And people like me are making damn sure that you don't get away with it any longer. Stay tuned for a deep dive.
Okay. All right.
God dang, boy.
The other part I forgot to mention, both of y'all used to be single once upon a time. How pressed were y'all ever? What was the most you ever did when a chick refused to give you her number? Were you ever so pressed that you were going to hit her?
I've never wanted
Or
to hit
assault her at all? Like,
right. Like, no, exactly. Like, that's why it didn't make any sense. Now,
it was so laughable to me, bro.
I have seen guys get upset because it's how you reject somebody. And I'm not justifying it at all, but I've seen women, ew, if you don't get your stank ass out of here, blah, blah, blah. Like, hold up, bitch. It ain't even like that. I've seen that, escalate and it goes that way. But other than that, like, no, not me. Y'all know me. I'm not wired that way.
Yeah, I've never been rejected on that kind of scale before. Most is, hey, I got a boyfriend or not interested. Keep it moving.
My man Chanel said, I didn't even get that, and I have cancer. Hit me with a brick. Like, bro. See, now look, now y'all laughing at somebody having cancer. That's fucked up.
No,
I know. I'm messing with you. I'm just like,
I hope you get better, Chanel.
yeah. No, Chanel's my guy, man. That's my guy right there. So thoughts. Let's just wrap. Let's wrap this topic up here. I'll let y'all go first. Go ahead.
I do agree with the girl that was doing the deep dive. It's almost like the boy cry wolf type of thing for women who are genuinely assaulted for whatever their circumstance may be, and they go to the internet or you see the article. The first thing in our heads is going to be, "But did this really happen?" We're going to cast doubt. And we're going to be so doubtful, about this individual, and she could be legit telling the 100% truth. So this definitely takes away from the real assault victims, and you're casting the light that black men were just standing around doing nothing. So yeah, I hope they really should file charges against people who put out false claims like that. That's like the people that say, "Oh, he raped me, he assaulted me," and come to find out it never happened. You need to be responsible. Like, you was ready to sit that man for some time. Give her half of that time.
Mm-hmm. And see, the only thing with the rape things is if it's like a clear money grab, and that's why they're doing it. Because I've seen where women consent, it happens, and then afterwards they change their mind, they press charges. And then the courts decide, well, ma'am, you consented in the moment, and you don't like what happened later or whatever, and maybe you were intoxicated, maybe you weren't, but you did consent. He has it on video. There's nothing we can do. Like, I don't think they should have charges pressed against them. But no. Chris Brown recently, the girl made all these claims, and he had the text thread like where she was begging me to come over to fuck. He posted that, and Shorty just went away. She should have charges pressed on her because she actually filed a police report and called a lawyer and was trying to get it was a money grab for her.
Yeah.
They should press charges with somebody like her. And this is what they were talking about in Atlanta when you waste the police department's time, effort, and energy. This girl, I never saw anywhere where they said she called the cops. And maybe she knows that. They said this ain't her first time doing it. Maybe she knows that.
Something needs to be done. Because it's not filing a false police report if you never called the police. Okay, so something.
Right. Duck, what are your thoughts on it all?
Some sort of I don't attempt to scam the public. I mean, she has been in the past. That's been clearly documented. My thought, honestly, it's gonna sound like that. I just thought it was funny, but I was laughing at her ridiculousness, if that makes sense. Like, I think people, like G was saying, the internet in general, the general public is way too quick to jump to defense about even the clip that you just had as well. I think she's called Roma's Army. I've seen a few of her clips. I think that's the name of her channel. But she said that she was one of the ones quick to defend it or whatever, to defend her. Like, the internet needs to slow down. But they always just jump to judgment and immediately believe the very first thing that, oh, it's posted on the internet, it must be real. When history tells us most of what you see on the internet is fake, stage, whatever, right? Like that's just what it is.
That's another 27K right there, by the way.
God.
That's another 20. She's in 2 scams. She's almost made what I make in a year. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Doug. You can keep going.
You're okay. My thoughts really weren't that deep. I thought it was utterly ridiculous from the beginning. There were a lot of questions. You didn't dial 911, like they said. Like if somebody just saw you, should pull out your phone and not make a video about it, but call 911.
That was my first thought. Maybe in the aftermath of it, you're in the hospital.
Same thing, what I go back to what I said earlier. If you get hit in the head with a brick, there's gonna be a lot more damage than some swelling immediately.
Right. There will definitely be scratches. At the very least, the skin is broken because bricks aren't smooth objects that are gonna just cause swelling. They're gonna break the skin. There's gonna be there's a word that they use.
And I
doubt
she would be conscious.
Abrasions.
I doubt she'd still be immediately conscious.
No. You can. I've been my fair share of fights.
I know that people can. She doesn't look like she could withstand a grown man hitting her. It's not like he threw it, like just point blank, boom,
Smashed the brick into her face.
Right, like that's what I pictured when she said a dude hit her with a brick. That I don't think she would still be conscious after that.
And now the title makes sense now because I'm like brick face scammer chick, like. Full circle. I love those moments.
And so
I just typed it out.
I do want to show y'all a picture of her. And there was a part of me that was wondering, is she just getting like injections? And these are like, because she was laying on a gurney. Is she getting injections and like, how like when people get the different things, the different Botox and stuff, there's the swelling, there's the drooping in the eyes and all that stuff. Did she just take advantage of it? Like, look at her face right here.
Or maybe it's an allergic reaction. She's just playing it up.
Maybe.
I don't even want to know. She looks sick here.
Well, sick because you like them. Never mind. All right. So my final thoughts on it are this, right? The one thing I disagree with the woman that was going off in the video, was she said, shame on you for doing this to people and shame on me for believing you. That's the one thing I don't want people to lose. Don't be so cynical every time you see something. If you think somebody needs help and you are fortunate enough to be able to provide some help, if they're lying, let that be between them and God and their conscience or whatever. And if the authorities find out whatever, and then you feel a way about it later, that's fine, but direct that energy towards that individual because not everybody asking for help is lying.
No, if someone like in real life, I would be more, prone to believe it. But if I'm watching the video on the internet and someone's saying they did it, I'm a little bit more skeptical.
I can't tell y'all not to, what to believe and what not to believe.
Or just wait and see. You don't need to immediately react.
Like if somebody came to me bloodied and whatever, I'm like,
it's in your face, that's different, right? If you're there in person, but like people that respond on the internet, wait and see.
All right. I mean, and look, to each their own. I ain't mad at y'all for it. I'm not upset. Let's get to our other topic. I think is going to be a short show tonight because I want to get to football after this. But we do have another topic here presented by G. By the way, happy birthday to hip hop. Let this be our segue here. We talk about the community. We talk about the community and the effects on the community. Oh, and the reason why I know my son has that. My son is a guy that he has been not attacking. He has been trying to improve the Black community on his social media page, and I do follow him. He has been against the senseless killing. He hasn't said he's against gangs. He's saying he's against the senseless killing of young Black men. He doesn't like. He says that the communities need to police themselves. We need to protect elderly, children, and women. So of course, this kind of story is going to blow up on his page. He's got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, and when he heard this, of course, boom, he went to it right away. And then people say, yeah, well, look at these videos of her from 20, whatever. Not now that 2020 video, I never saw make his page, but the ones with her doing the skit slapping the guy, he even defended that. Like, guys, that's a skit that's separate from her being attacked by somebody else. I wonder if he's going to come out now and say anything else about it, but that's neither here nor there. But my son, the first time I ever heard about him, he was actually a rapper. He's a rapper. He was signed to DMX's Bloodline. He had a couple of songs with DMX. That's where I first heard him. He's got one of my favorite Funk Flex freestyles ever. And so I thought that was a pretty cool transition to use him as the transition to the hip hop conversation, right? We're at the 50-year anniversary of hip hop, right? Happy birthday, hip hop. And G wants to know if it's affecting the Black community negatively. Happy birthday to me, huh?
No, but think about how it's
Nah, wait, hold on. Let me just get him to clear out here.
Think about how it started off. It was, designed to get the message out. We're talking about the community coming together. Talking about the cops. It was almost like a positive message. Then we got to the 90s, and then, it was gangster rap, and, hold this, be that, whole nine. And then, we had our cliques. We had, the gangster rappers. We had the, what did they call them? Like the conscious rappers, like Common, those kind of people.
They call them backpackers.
Oh, backpack rappers. Then you had, the trend rappers. Like everybody had like the little sub, genre or whatever. But mainly now, all you see is like, women talking about getting to the bag, effing the nigga, F this nigga, F that nigga. Same way with the men. We all know what it is. Like, we all heard rap songs. And and they actually pointed out that no rap song is in the top 100, has been in the top 100 this year. I'm not sure about last year, but they said this year. And I'm wondering because it's all the same. You're talking about the same thing. Money, women, cars, jewelry, sex, the whole night. Nothing is new. Women are starting to rap like dudes now. I'm like, God dang. I mean, it's, not in a bad way to an extent, but it's like, yo, what happened to, some of that femininity about it? And it's like, you see it on social media, everybody want to hold stacks up, everybody quoting rap lyrics and, this gangs, before they go do whatever they're doing, they're listening to rap music to get them amped up to go do whatever it is they about to go do. And it's just like, it's a negative effect. Yeah, you still do have those subcultures or subgenres of rap where they promote positivity. They shine a light on the things that are going on in the community. But majority of the stuff that's getting attention is the negativity stuff. Turn on the radio, anything, whatever. Do you think there's a negative effect on the community? Or do you think the community is what's reflected in hip hop or something of that nature?
Duck, you want to go first, or?
I'm not gonna have much of an opinion, but when I say negative, that's what I'm asking myself right now. There is an impact. There's certainly an impact in at least the lifestyle people try to portray, if that makes sense. But like, because you went literally from where it started about getting the message out to what it's become. And it's like, once upon a time, like the storytelling was literally, this is what it was. Some of it might have been embellished, but we're just telling, this is the way that we live. And then it's come full circle to where you got people that never were living that way, trying to portray they're living that way. Right. So it's, to some degree, I would say a negative effect. It's certainly not what it started out as, like you said, to get a positive message out about, or not necessarily positive, but like a message about this is what's happening. You know what I mean? And just make people aware. So
I think your guys' beef is with rap and not with hip hop. So like G kept saying there's subgenres, right? But like those subgenres exist for a reason. When I think hip hop, I think wordplay, putting words together, positive message, or even like introspective, like just rapping about themselves and whatever they're going through, right? When hip hop first started, it was people just trying to get away. Music, going dance out here, right? And then they said, oh, well, these people are showing up. This is a good way for us to spread a message. Hey, guys, like when you get pulled over, you got these rights. You don't have to do this. You don't have to fight. Like it was real basic messages because the crowds were there for the music and the dancing, right? That's hip hop. Rap is very different. So I actually just Google rap versus hip hop. I'm going to share what the first thing that pops up on Google here. And it says the standard answer is that hip hop is a culture with 4 elements: DJing, MCing, graffiti, and dance. And rap is a form of popular music that grew out of hip hop culture. I think this is pretty dope. I think this is a good generalization of what it is.
But for the most people don't know the difference between rap. They just see or hear.
Together. You're right.
They're just gonna lump it all into one.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't know the difference between heavy metal and rock and roll?
Yeah.
So then don't do that to us. If we're, don't take our music and then say that most people know. If they're doing that, then that's on them.
I know that because I was into music at one point, so I know the difference. But for you got a regular old person on the street might not know the difference between heavy metal and rock or hip hop and rap.
The only reason I know is because I spent a lot of years in wrestling rooms, which are dominated by white boys, and they get control of the music when they're the majority. So that.
I just think that in today's society, we should be able to tell, like we could just type something in and get an answer literally 2 seconds later, right? If you really want to be informed on it, you have that option. Now, there is a major element that has changed with even hip hop, and it's going to cause the message to change, right? Jay-Z has a line that says, I want to rhyme like common sense. I made $1 million and I ain't rhyme like common sense, right? So common sense is like the hip hop guy, right? Like never mind. But he's got a very like direct hip hop lineage. Like that's what he does. Fortunately, I'm going to choose my words carefully here. What changed with hip hop was money, notoriety, fame. The same person with the same morals now has money. He's not just going to talk about the community, making it better, improving. He's going to talk about his community. When you start making a certain amount of money, you can't live where you used to live.
Nope.
It's literally not safe. Doesn't mean that you don't care about that community anymore. Doesn't mean that you can't still give back to that community, but you have to do it in a different way, right? When you're driving a Bentley, you shouldn't be parked on Spring Street in Trenton.
Nope.
Right? It's not a knock. It's just reality. You're surrounded by too many have-nots who think that they can just get something from you in 10 seconds. Right? So that forces you to move to the suburbs. It forces you to start. Now your circle is different, right? You're not hanging on the block anymore. Now the people that you're hanging out with is different. And if you are an introspective rapper, which means you're rapping about yourself and your personal experiences, now the content of what your message is naturally is going to change. It's naturally going to change. We don't drink. What was that corn liquor?
Everclear.
Everclear. Come on, y'all. Like I almost want to throw up just saying the word, right? Like, but we don't drink that anymore, and we're not up and up. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not there.
You're not.
We would literally clown each other if we walked into the house and saw Everclear on somebody's shelf.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what you ran out of alcohol or something? Like rubbing alcohol?
Ran out of money, but still one of my buds were just straight drunk.
It's just all I'm saying is
funny because I haven't even thought about Everclear in years.
Yeah,
and that's what we were buying. That's what we were going to the store to get. We went through a phase.
I know. Yeah, I remember those things.
Dark times, man. It was a cheap drink that worked.
Yep.
Only needed a little bit, but you don't see the damage.
Yo,
Or
I'm
is-
still thinking about the warning tables. Do not hold near flame. You couldn't put the bottle near an open flame.
Very dangerous.
We decided it was a good idea to drink it in large quantities.
So go ahead. I know you said you had a question about.
But you don't think there's a lasting effect or damage that it's doing to the community? I mean, especially the young folks, so impressionable.
Not with hip hop.
Like for the most part, we know that rap. No one's living with their rap. Because first of all, you're snitching on yourself if you really are out here riding on the ops and selling drugs and all this other stuff. You're snitching on yourself. That's point blank period. We all know that it's entertainment, but for the people that really take this stuff to heart, which are people that's out there, you don't think that's like putting a
I get what you're saying, right? You're publicizing and you're sensationalizing this world that's not real, and so you're making these kids pursue it, thinking that that's how people are really living out here, right?
Yeah.
But they're also rapping what they see in the community. There are kids who are just around beefing for no reasons. Oh, you from that block? I'm from this block. When I see you, it's up. There are people really doing that, and some of these rappers.
That shouldn't be the only thing. Like, you're glorifying negativity. Not to mention the influence that rap has on the community and community has on rap. Like for one thing, Ebonics, slang. The one conversation I tried to have with my boy texting me, I'm like, bro, can you please speak English? Like, he was using so much slang in the text. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I can't. Like, Black people know, like, we need to do better. Like, yes, there's nothing.
Would you get mad? Would you get mad at a Hispanic person texting you in Spanish?
No.
So why are you mad at him using a different dialect?
I feel like it's not like we're coming from another country. Like, we know our language is English. Yes,
Stop. Wait. I just want to pause you. I have literally had conversations with people from California, and I got to check 3 or 4 words in the sentence they just said to me. Because I don't know.
It varies. Like, everybody's slang varies depending on what, region you're in of wherever we're at.
But that is normal diction.
No. Even yes, that is to an extent. But if we're having a whole conversation and nothing you just said I understood, like, come on, we've all been there. Like, I'm not saying that my vocabulary is up there. I can string some sentences together and get my point across. There are some people, there's no reason why you was born right here, went to the same schools I went to, and you can't string some sentences together, but you can recite a whole verse, word for word. Come on, man. We was all there. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, that's island. That's knife. Like, come on.
I'm just saying, I don't blame that on the music, though. I don't blame that on the music. I think people are influenced by music. Let me be clear with what I'm saying. But I listen.
Go ahead. I know you might choose your words carefully, but go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, but I listen to a wide range of music, though. I go through my drill phase where I want to listen to that. You know what I mean? I go through my gospel phase, my R&B phase. I go through my classical music phase where I just want to hear, the piano for a couple of days. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I do listen to a bunch of different things. It doesn't mean that what I'm listening to is how I'm currently living. It doesn't mean that. So I can't blame hip hop. That means that the individual is impressionable and needs guidance. That's what that means to me. I'm not going to blame away for people that found a way to come up and to do good and it get used the wrong way, right? When Amazon created the Fire Stick, you think they wanted everybody putting Comcast and Verizon out of business? No.
Nope.
And I wouldn't blame them for that either. But guess what we doing? We streaming using their devices, and somebody else got to pay for it. Like that, I wouldn't say, oh man, like Amazon y'all got to change what you're doing and all that stuff. No, like now Comcast, now it's on y'all to adjust. And this is another business. Hip hop is a business.
It is.
It's a $1 billion business, and how people choose to use it is on them. The reason why, and oh man, I got you. Checkmate. Watch this. You know, you just said there wasn't a number one song this year, or a top 100 song yet.
This was. It wasn't recent when I saw it, but it was with.
I saw it last month where they said there wasn't a top 100 song that came out yet.
Yeah,
for hip hop, right? You know why? Because you just said it. It's all the same, and people are getting tired of it. Like once there's no variation in it, it's gonna be like, all right, well now we got to find something else to do. Now we got to find something else to listen to. Now we have to do something else. It's everything in music, from my understanding, it's come in waves and phases, right? And I remember when gangsta rap was taking over, right? My favorite rap group was Onyx, and all they talk South Suicide Queens, like that's what they did. It was the bald head bastards. It was shoot 'em up, bang, get your guns, jump, slam, da 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 da. Let the boys be boys. It was just rowdy rock, right? And then you got the drill music and all that. All that stuff is gonna come and go in phases, right? And there's still your pocket. You can find your pocket, man. You just gotta look for it. That's all.
You can, but it's like I said, it's that crap that keeps getting the main, all the attention, right. None of the positivity, the J. Cole, the Kendricks, the whomever else is out there. I'm pretty sure it's a lot.
But those are the guys at the top. J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake. They not doing all the shoot 'em up, bang bang, blah 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 blah.
You know what? Because they're different, and that's what this sells. So
it's you can't blame hip hop.
No,
the
I'm not blaming.
Ones aren't the ones with the shoot 'em up.
I said, can you?
No,
they're not shining a light on that. For the most, if we turn on the radio tomorrow and listen to it from the time we got up and went home, it will probably be all dance movies, shake your behind, throw money on your haters, do this. That's what's going to be on the message all day long. It's going to be 1 or 2 songs that's about love, about peace and whatever other stuff, but majority of everything else is going to be party, shake your behind music. Throw money on your ops, slide on the ops, grab the Glock, whatever, all this.
Some of all the topics. I just like how you're running through it.
He sounds so old. You sound so old. This ain't music.
Right? So, Mike, we at your cousin's stepdaughter's 16th, Sweet 16. They're playing Jamil.
Okay.
So they're playing kids, the music that the kids listen to, and everybody 25 and up is just sitting down, just looking at each other like, what is this? Like, what is this? It's all TikTok music.
Mm-hmm.
All TikTok music. So that's, again, another reason why music probably isn't trending, because, first of all, no good anything, just all trash.
There are a lot of artists trying to make songs specifically so that they take off as a TikTok trend.
You need 7 seconds, a dance move, and a catchy phrase or tune that works.
And we're right back to where we were in the mid 2000s. Everything had to have a dance to go with your song. We're right back to that, and just like you said, music comes in waves. We're right back at that wave again, where it has to have a dance or some slick saying. So that's where we're at. Almost remember back when it was ringtone rap. So that basically TikTok is ringtone rap.
And if you think about it, the negative influence that was coming through, I'll stick with drill. I'll stick with the Chicago slide and all that stuff, like the down south, the baby, Lil Baby, right? You had Fabio Foreign coming in hard right after Pop Smoke passed. You had Vaughn and all that, right? You don't even hear that anymore. Like Lil Baby, people are saying, oh, it's over for him. Like hip hop, like people who cover that like on their podcast, it's over for them. These guys don't matter no more. Dirk released an album, still no top 100 rap, still, right? Like he put out an album this year, nothing. It still hasn't gotten that high. It's because if y'all are going to keep giving us the same stuff, we don't want to hear it no more. It was cool when it was new.
Yeah, because it was something new. It was okay. That's kind of
right. we glorified it. We liked the drum patterns and all that stuff. And then it was like, all right, now what? That's if y'all gonna give us 6 albums of this, then it's over. Like we don't need that.
That's just like the trap beats. When everybody started saying that trap music was taking off, everybody wanted to emulate it, and everybody's song sounded the same. Mumble rap, same thing. Like,
you know what? The one thing I do hate, I hate that mumble rap infiltrated R&B. I have such a hard time understanding what people are singing nowadays. Am I the only one?
Nope.
Like
one song from like 2 years ago. I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. I can't remember the name of the song.
I don't even listen to it anymore.
The R&B ain't even the same anymore. So that's a whole other.
There's this song by Eric Bellinger, and I love the song once I get past the beginning of it because you're like, honey, you mean on your yummy, you want to go in yummy, and you when you yummy, right? But like the song is called Remind Her. But when he first starts the song, he's saying something like it's like leading into the song.
No clue.
No clue what he's saying. But the song is fire. The song is super fire. But man, and it's like I realized like a lot like SZA, Summer Walker, like they do this thing where I don't know what they're saying. It's like it's almost like they're mumbling or purposely not enunciating. So people don't know what they're saying, and it's more of selling a sound than it is selling a song. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? And like, it's terrible. It's terrible. I don't like that, and I feel that way. And people are like, oh, but they make really good music. They make really good music. Then just pay the fucking producers. Just give me an instrumental then, if that's what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the biggest songs in the last 3 years was that it's super short. Damn. What? You know what I'm talking about?
That Uzi Vert song?
Yes. What? I don't even know if there's words to it.
I Wanna Rock or whatever song.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate that song.
Like it's just noises.
My daughter went through a phase where when that came on, I was like, okay, your mom is clearly playing this for you all the time because
yes,
I didn't listen to it much. But when it would come on, she was in the zone.
Catchy ass beat. I don't think he says 20 real words in that song. I'm not kidding.
Bro, even the DJ who was playing the stuff at your cousin's daughter's, what's the name? He over there was just like, he had enough of it.
Right.
And he the one playing it.
Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. Guys, listen, man. Come on, let's talk some football, man. Let's talk some football, man.
Let's get to it.
Week 1 of the NFL season is here. It's over. NFL is back. Right. And I'm super excited. I don't know if I'm excited because my team is good. I mean, there's only one of us up here whose team took an L. Yeah,
First of all, my team won, and we'll get to it.
Why you feel that? I said only one of us up here whose team took an L, and you said first of all, my team won.
I thought you said only one of our teams is up here is good. My bad.
No, only one of our teams took an L.
Oh, okay.
It's like that. I mean, it's true. We did. I'm not. Listen, there were some good takeaways. I don't even know where we're starting. I'm guessing we're starting with me. Major takeaway number 1: Brian Burns. Love it. I was wearing his jersey on Sunday. His old jersey. He's number 0 now. I still got the 53. He is currently trying to get a contract, and I think they should pay him. I think from the beginning, I was like, yo, offer him 25, 26, and stop low. They're offering him 23, apparently, and he's asking for like 27 or 28. But he played out of his mind. He 1.5 sacks, 7 tackles, forced
I was not doing that because his team score was up there. I'm gonna scroll across as we're talking. Don't be a jerk, G.
It was up there for 5 seconds.
Because I got to switch screens to make sure it shows, and then I got to go back to the window. Gee, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, that's not cool. Duck, I got your back. I wasn't doing that. I'm sorry.
Burns bought out. And I think if the Panthers wait too long, his price tag is going to start going up per game if they don't go ahead and actually pay that man. Bryce Young did rookie things. I am still reserving judgment But his 2 interceptions in particular, I felt like, everybody, he was anticipating this based on film study and learning coverages and all that. And it's like, okay, I get that. But if he were a little bit taller,
I wish I was a little bit taller.
I wish I was a baller.
If he was a little bit taller, he probably would have seen Jesse Bates sitting in the exact same spot twice. He threw the ball. I was like, there was the O lineman was engaged with the defender right in front of him, where he threw that ball, anticipating his receiver would get there and the defender would not be there. But it's like, if you could have seen over the O lineman, you probably see that because y'all weren't having success attacking downfield, he knew to move up some and just anticipate you attacking the middle because the deep threat wasn't there. And it's like, that one hurt. Those 2 interceptions hurt. Because it was like, now I'm really questioning maybe he is too small. I've been questioning it from the beginning.
Hey, man, Drew Brees was out here throwing touchdowns, jumping and throwing.
And that's the thing. He's got to learn to see the whole field the same way Drew Brees learned to see the whole field. And also, he's shorter than Drew Brees. So, otherwise, jury's still out. I still like my Panthers to win the division. Week 1, wacky things happen. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out. We got New Orleans on Monday night. So
that's gonna be a rough one for y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. G, I do want to hear your recap. Did you actually get to watch a game?
Of course, I got to watch all the games.
Jordan Love, man, said Aaron who?
Yeah. What, 3 touchdowns, over 200 something yards. He looked good. The only concern I had was towards the end when Aaron Jones was running in for his however many yards touchdown it was. He was grabbing his hamstring. So I'm hoping it's something, maybe a game or 2, nothing serious. I really liked how my quarterback looked. Like, he looked like he's been out there at least 3 years, and it's only his first year. Like, the passing was on point. He didn't look rattled. He looked like
how long he's been in the NFL, right?
I was about to say,
3 years. I mean, playing for 3 years, not sitting behind, taking notes and whatnot. So let me clarify that. But he's
the same dude that couldn't hit a net a year ago, and now you big up him after 1 NFL start. Okay.
Hey, but also, and that leads me into this. Part of me was like, yeah, we look good. But I was also like, dang, but it was the Bears, though.
And it's the Bears.
So we'll find out this week. The Falcons, So
that's another winnable one.
It is.
It's another.
It is.
Don't be fooled by what the Panthers allowed in week 1.
No, it's definitely winnable. I just want to continue to see progress with my quarterback. That's all. And the rest of the young team, the receivers that surround them. And we'll go from there.
For the record, I think it was 17 of those points that the Falcons scored were off of turnovers. So they're not a high scoring. Like, that's just their defense put them in good position.
Wait.
I'm just letting you know.
They only put up 24 points. So that means the offense really only got like 1 good drive in. Everything else is off of turnovers, like in good field position.
They had 2 drives that they did get turnover. They were longer. Like, one was 60, one was 50 yards. But the defense was gas. Like, they had been on the field all game because our offense couldn't sustain the drive. And yes, they were off of turnovers. 17. I'm pretty sure it was 17 points that they had off turnovers. I know their very first touchdown was off of the takeaway. They set up Bijan Robinson for his run.
Okay.
Mike, what about your team?
I mean, I'm not gonna boast or brag, and I'm not trying to like.
You should.
I talk about them enough. But number 1 with a bullet, baby. All the power rankings have come out, and I think I saw 1 power ranking, and it wasn't by like a reputable place either. It was like a guy who does power rankings all year long because he hates the national, the big guys power rankings, and he had the Cowboys and one with the Niners too. Not that power rankings mean anything at all.
Nope.
But I just thought it was pretty interesting how you have the team that lost, number 2. Am I showing this? Yeah, I'm showing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, and this is why power rankings don't really mean anything. The Eagles look terrible against New England. They should not be ranked third still. The Cowboys had the only 40-point game and only shutout, if I'm not mistaken, all weekend, and yet they're ranked fourth. Like I'm not mad at the Cowboys being ranked ahead of the 49ers if that were the case. Their defense was phenomenal. Their offense put up 2. Now, granted, they scored 40 points, and their defense and special teams unit accounted for 2 touchdowns. But even if you take those 2 touchdowns away, even if you take those 14 points away, they still scored 26 points with the defense. I mean, with the offense. Like that's a good output. There were 7 teams in the NFL.
Yeah, Miami should be up higher.
No, they shouldn't. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them being down there. Miami's defense is trash. The Chargers were struggling to get rhythm, and they were scoring at will against Miami. I don't think Miami or Los Angeles Chargers should be ranked really, really high, because part of power rankings to me should be how good of a team you look to have.
Right.
I would have the Lions ahead of Miami right now.
I would.
I only looked at like 2 power rankings, and I felt like in both of them, I was like, yo, they're disrespecting the heck out of the Lions. Even
Well,
like 6,
right here,
they should not be. They should be higher than 6. You just knocked off the defending champs.
right.
In a game where I think at most people expected them to hang around, nobody actually expected them to win that game.
Buffalo looked terrible. And so this is my beef with this week. This was a terrible week for primetime football. Other than that Lions game, I was really entertained. I like an underdog story. I was really entertained by the Lions taking on the Chiefs, and just the momentum. Like that game had real ebbs and flows throughout. I was thoroughly entertained by that. That was a Thursday night game. The Sunday night game was
That was a dud.
Sunday night was
Giants.
Giants Cowboys.
Giants and Cowboys.
We had the afternoon game, we had the afternoon game on prime time.
But that's no. I'm talking about there's 3 primetime games a week: Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and the games. I don't think most people like the Lions Chiefs game, because I think they wanted to see a little bit more action. They wanted to see Patrick Mahomes be a little bit more special, and I thought he did just fine. But there was all the drops and everything. Like what we saw from the Bengals, they should not be this close to the top 10. I'm sorry, and I'm not saying they won't get better. But you can't be afraid to say what you saw was bad. Yeah. They look like the bottom half of the league team. They were terrible. Your quarterback is the highest paid player in the NFL, and he threw for a grand total of 86 yards. He has arguably the best receiving core in the entire league.
Jack, who was it that put it up? I think it was Sports Center.
Y'all can't talk at the same time. Hold on, Duck. What'd you say, G?
I think it was Sports Center or ESPN, but they put up the quarterbacks that just got paid. Burrow, Hurts, Jones, whoever else was up there. I think it was like 2 other. I think Deshaun, whatever. Anyway, they only had 1 touchdown between the 4 or 5 of them.
Really?
I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
I know it was Hurts, Burrow, Herbert, Jackson.
Yep.
The big 4 that got.
Yep. That's exactly who it was.
And they threw for 1 touchdown combined. I don't know, but I was personally disappointed with the.
See, I wasn't as disappointed with the game last night, but that I love good defense. So to me, a defensive back and forth, like it's different. The Dallas game because the Giants.
Oh wait a minute! Wait! The Jets was last night.
Jets Bills, yeah.
Yeah,
I did like that game. I did like that game. I did like that game
very much. And and especially the drama of it. Aaron Rodgers goes down. You don't know in the moment, but he's lost for the season. And for them to still rally and win that game, like that was, and of all things, I saw the stat. I think it said that was like the 650th NFL game to go into overtime, or 657 or something like that. And it was only like the 3rd to end on a punt return.
Ah, here it is.
Wow.
I think that's what they said.
There. By the way, speaking of NFL history being made, I saw this crazy stat. G, you can go ahead and share what you got for us. If you want to text the link, I can put it in the.
All right. I was going to screenshot
text the link. No, just text the link in the group chat. I download. So I know how everybody thinks, oh, iPhones and Apple products and tablets, you could put your stuff right. I have my whole phone on my computer now. It's something called Phone Link that you can do with a Droid. I have everything on my phone on here right now. So what? Say something now.
I'm sending it to you as we speak. But dang, what was I about to say?
Well, you were going to show
on the game. Once I stayed up a little bit past just to see if Aaron was coming back in the game. Once I realized that, I think I went to bed at like 10:30. I woke up, and next thing you know, all I saw was the dude that ran it in on special teams waving. I was like, "Oh snap, they won!" So
yeah, you missed a heavyweight defensive matchup.
I saw the highlights. I was like, "Dag, I wish I would have stayed up one more hour."
And it's weird. Like, I haven't gone to heavyweight because I still want to give respect to Buffalo, but a part of that too was like Zach Wilson is not who you want under center.
No, and I was talking with my
really struggling to get offense going.
And I was talking with my friend
Garrett Wilson that made that impressive catch.
What'd you say?
I was saying Garrett Wilson made a real impressive catch to spark them for a touchdown.
Yeah, when he tapped it to kind of like himself. Yeah, that was good. And I was talking to my friend who's a Jets fan, and he was saying, like, every time the ball snapped, that man was running for his life. I'm like, yeah, there was no reason why every time Zach got the ball, like, he was just running for his life.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Oh, G, you sent it?
Yeah.
Okay, I got off that window. Oh, there's like 3 things in here. Oh, it's just a picture.
Yeah, it's just a picture.
Oh, I told you to send me the link. I was going to click it and blow it up on there. It's cool. I could screen share this. Hold on. So I got a crazy stat for the weekend too. I can't wait to show y'all because not all. Oh man. All right. Here we go. Window. Boom. This is what G wanted us to see. What we looking at, player? Oh shit. Can y'all see that?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, I forgot. Oh man, I hate. You gotta like share it and then come back and share it again. All right. What does it say?
Burrow, Hurts, Jackson, Jones combined salary is $950 million. This weekend, they combined for 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown.
$1 billion, 1 touchdown.
They should have threw in Herbert. I don't know how many touchdowns Herbert had, but I'm sure that would bring the number up by at least.
No, they was that almost they said almost 1,000 yards in offense. So he was definitely getting them touchdowns in.
Herbert was playing though. I'll give him that. Herbert was playing. I want to show y'all my interesting stat that I saw, and I want to give it to the original person. So I saw it on, I think, The Athletic or Bleacher Report or something like that, but everybody did I don't know if y'all ever seen on Twitter, they do H/T. It means hat tip to, and then that means like, this is the person that really said it, hat tip to them. So I saw this stat and I couldn't wait to share the shit with y'all. This shit is crazy. Tonight, the Giants lost the game 40 or worse, lost the sack battle 7-0 or worse, lost their turnover battle 3-0 or worse, had a field goal blocked and returned for a touchdown and threw a pick 6. No other team in NFL history has had all 5 happen in the same season.
Damn.
Bro, what? They did that shit in one game. We just gonna get this shit out the way. We just gonna let it go.
It can happen. Let's just do it now.
It's funny because when Mike said that, it made me think about when was it Arian Foster said the NFL is scripted, and now they're doing those scripted commercials.
Yes.
So he's like, "Hey, look, we're just gonna go ahead and get this out the way."
Nowhere to go.
Bro, this was incredible. Like, honestly, no team in NFL history has had all 5 of those happen in the same season. That is insane to me. You know how many games have been played in NFL history?
Yes. Not really.
And no team ever had that all happen.
A lot of them, though.
And no team ever had that happen in the same season. They did that joint in one game. Here's the craziest part. My pop Love him to death. Super excited to go. He's a season ticket holder for the Giants.
I felt
Right?
bad for him, and it was raining.
They out there tailgating, getting it in. They get to the game. They sending us pictures of Queen Latifah doing the national anthem. They got the beautiful picture of the American flag covering the stadium, and it's a little wet, so it's shiny looking. I'm like, oh man, good pictures and everything, right? And then radio silence. Heard nothing from him, right? So I text him. I say, hey, Pop, man, it's kind of quiet out there in the stadium. I hope y'all all right. He texted me early in the third quarter. We home.
I don't blame him.
Ooh, not staying to watch this mess.
I don't blame him because I didn't even stay up to watch the game.
That's
I was watching
right.
it out in the living room. I went in the bedroom. My wife asked me, hey, babe, you want to put the game on? Babe, that's not a game. My definition of a game is competitiveness.
Right.
That's like,
Oh my.
Mike, we were talking about going out to Pittsburgh so that you and my dad enjoy that game between y'all's teams. He called me during the game, and I told him what the score. I was like, Dad, it does not look good. He was like, I can't find it. I know they just set up my cable. I wasn't able to find the game. I was like, it's just on Fox. He was like, well, it sounds like I don't want to see it. If that's how bad it is. It sounds like I'm glad they're not there, and I'm glad that I don't have to see it.
He couldn't find Fox though?
He should have been able to find it. I don't know. His cable has been weird lately.
Like, I'll be honest with you. I was so excited that it was on Fox. I turned off all my devices and hooked up my HD antenna. I bought a high power HD antenna and I watched it. I was ahead of everybody, like on my TV. Like, antenna, listen, if you can watch a game on an HD antenna, you got a house. Get one, bro, and sit it out, run the wire. They $40-$50. I mean, this one I paid $84 because it's got a I think it's a 600-mile range on it or something like that. But it's only 600 miles if it's clear. Like, you got to put that up high and hope that there's no mountains or anything. It's not really 600 miles. So let's be very clear with what we're saying. I got my joint behind my chair, so the range is probably like 10 feet because it's hitting the trees, it's hitting the neighbors' houses, right? But my point though is, it's crystal clear HD, and no matter what you pay for to watch these games on, it's a streaming service now. Even cable is streaming now. So I was ahead of people watching it on regular TV. I was ahead of people who paid for the YouTube TV, NFL Sunday ticket package. Like, I was ahead of all of that. Like, and it was by 3 or 4 plays ahead. Like, it was bad. It was bad. But I digress. Get it, because if your team is going to be playing on any of those networks, NBC, Fox, or CBS, you can get it with these HD antennas. You can get it, and it's definitely worth it.
Because they don't put the Panthers. Like, Panthers are never the nationally televised Fox.
Well, it's even got me thinking of having y'all over, and we just do something in the backyard. Like, y'all know I got the canopy and everything. We can set up a TV out there and hook the stuff up, and we can just go. You know what I'm saying? We can light the fire pit, sit outside, have a couple brews, and chill. And I like
that season. I'm looking forward to. I was thinking about it the other day. We've been getting a lot of rain lately, but yeah, fire pit season is. I'd like to do it in the summer. This summer was way too hot. I probably only lit mine like
Nah, this fall is good enough. You got that cool breeze. You got the warmth from the pit coming out.
I'll be honest with y'all, man. Y'all know I love to grill. Fuck this summer. It's not it was too hot. I could have just took meat outside.
This summer is the least I've grilled in a long time since I got my grill. It's the least I've grilled since I got my grill.
Yeah. All right, but guys, yeah. So NFL is back. I will say I was talking about how disappointed I was with the primetime games. What did y'all see the primetime docket for this weekend and starting Thursday? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, Eagles, Vikings. I don't remember who got the Sunday night game or the Monday night game.
Monday there's 2 of them. There's Panthers, Saints, and then Steelers. Dang, who do the Steelers? It's not Miami, is it?
So Thursday is Eagles, Vikings, right? It could be entertaining. It could be. I understand why this made it, because they were 2 playoff teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Eagles were one team that was in the Super Bowl. So they get one of the first Thursday nights, and then the Chiefs or the other team in the Super Bowl, they get the other Thursday night. I understand that. And then you do
Dolphins
playoff.
Patriot is Sunday night.
Oh, Dolphins. Okay, so I knew the Dolphins were in a primetime game. I didn't know. So
Not in-
Brown the Steelers got the second Monday night game.
Steelers and who?
Browns.
Browns.
And by the way, that's going to be the best game of the primetime joints. Now, I've never seen them do this before. Why is one game at 7, the other one at 8? I've seen them do like a West Coast game, and the other one came on at like 10 or 11, right? I've been a part of that. I remember when the Niners opened up on Monday Night Football against the Vikings, and I had to stay up, and the game didn't start till 10:30 p.m.
What it is, it's normally a West Coast game that they're starting that late.
So how?
Still was
like
Browns on East Coast. I don't know why they did 2 East Coast games.
Yeah.
Where are you watching your game, Duck?
At home. I'm dropping off my baby that day.
So why don't you just come here?
ABC.
What'd you say?
I said I'm rushing home after.
Why don't you just come here?
Had it dawned on me.
It's up to you. You know I'm gonna be up watching it, and I'm not doing the split screen thing. I can put the other game on my laptop or something, and you come here and we can just make a night of it.
Yeah, I'll think about it because it's definitely you're closer than I realized. That's what we learned last week or whatever when I went to pick her up.
Right.
You're definitely closer than I realized.
Oh, you said, you know what? You said you were dropping her off, and I was thinking to where she lives. I apologize. So if you don't want to do that, I do understand that also.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You go out there earlier in the day. That I could just tell her we change the location and do that ahead of time.
Well, no, I also know you like to drink. You might want to just stay home and, you know.
Well, yeah, that was my plan. That was my just chill at home.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I mean,
I haven't ruled anything out. We'll see.
Yeah,
last time y'all saw the baby, right? So.
Yeah,
Once I
and
get
G,
home from the gym, I'm taking a shower and I'm putting one game on the tablet, one game on the TV.
I hear you, man. It sounds good to me, man.
TVs going. I was gonna bring the TV out my bedroom back downstairs. It's probably gonna be down there all weekend anyway. That's what I do. Just put her on along with her show, and then I watch her.
All right. Well, guys, I don't have anything else, man. I will do what happened today in history. Space Shuttle Endeavour takes off on NASA's 50th shuttle mission. It includes the first African-American woman in space. That was in, did I tell y'all the year yet?
No.
1980, somewhere in the 80s.
That's your guess, G. Duck, you want to make a guess?
I was also thinking the 80s, but because he did that. When was the movie Hidden Figures? What year was that?
Based on,
I know it had to be after that time, and I feel like that was in the 70s.
well, we were trying to beat the Russians to the space race, so I think that was the 80s.
This is the 50th shuttle mission, y'all. 50th shuttle mission.
I'm gonna say. See, now you got me. I was about to say 93. Let me say 03. I'm not giving the U.S. much credit.
Damn, bro, you were close. You were so close. It was 92. You should have trusted your gut. You should have trusted your gut.
Because you emphasized 50th, and I don't know how many there have been.
Well, but I said that though. I said the 50th one, like that. Said that in the very beginning.
But it's not like they're doing one a year. They might be doing multiple. I don't know.
Okay. Former president of the Philippines, sorry, is convicted of plunder. I don't even know what plunder means. I thought that was when you beat somebody up real bad.
I thought it was something about.
I've heard of pillage and plunder.
Yeah. You take like treasures.
You take what?
Treasures. It's a pirate thing.
That's what I was
right.
thinking.
Pillage and plunder.
Yeah. Pillage is like destruction. Plunder is I'm taking your valuables.
Got you. Okay.
That's how I've always interpreted it. I don't know. Now that you're saying it, I don't think I've ever looked the word up. So there's in context to it. It's a lifetime of context.
Jennifer Hudson, her birthday. Happy birthday, J Hud. She old. She was born in 81. She was born in 81. Let me see here. These are Steve Bilko, a South African activist opposing apartheid, dies while in police custody. Yeah. President Richard Nixon orders resumption in bombing of North Vietnam. I shouldn't have read that one. All right. I'm just trying to find another interesting one here and see if I can get y'all to guess the year. It's getting older and older. Let me go back up to this way and just see if there was anything closer to the time that we would have known about. I read that one already. Okay. All right. East and Western Germany, along with the UK, US, and USSR, the Allied nations that had occupied post-World War II Germany, signed the final agreement for reunification of Germany. Post-World War II, they signed the final settlement for reunification of Germany. What
We're
year?
supposed to guess the year.
Yes, sir.
World War II.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I want to say 20s, but I think that's World War One.
I feel like the World War One was earlier in the century.
I didn't know Germany was that. That's y'all gonna be wrong. It's okay. We don't have to.
Hold on, wait. Give me this. I want this. Give it to me, coach. Let's go with.
Wait. Let me just. Can I emphasize what this means? They signed the final settlement for reunification of Germany. This has nothing to do with when the war ended. This was reunification of Germany.
This was well after the war.
Okay.
Right. So, and that's why I want to make sure y'all were listening to what I was saying.
Yeah, no,
because
I understood. I'm just trying. I have no idea what year.
I'm riding dying. Let's go with the. You never know what it could be. It could be any. I'm going with the 80s. I'm rocking with the 80s. I said 80s early. I'm doubling down.
I think it took them.
Give me a specific year. Give me a specific year in the 80s, G.
Oh, I mean, I'm close.
No, I mean, well, yeah, you close, but I want to see if you're gonna be.
Let's go with my birth year. Let's go with 87.
Okay. All right, Duck.
Once we had narrowed it down to the 80s, I was also going to go with 87, but I'm going to change it up for the sake of fun and go.
I never said it was the 80s. I just asked him to give me a year in the 80s.
I know you did. So see, now you're trying to throw it, so I don't guess in the 80s. You know what?
I like how competitive y'all are. This is nothing. Like, ain't no prize on the line. Like, y'all are really trying to win this joint. Like, gee, like, hold on, give it to me, coach. Give it to me. Like, y'all are really.
I'm gonna forget right after you tell me.
I think now I know what I'm gonna do on the next show. I think I'm gonna do a little game show. I'm gonna ask y'all random trivia questions, and I'll make it multiple choice just to see who gets the most right. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I didn't realize y'all were this competitive over something so meaningless.
Bro, did you not see me at the kickball game? Did you not see me? I'm throwing the ball at little kids. I don't care. Like, hey,
he really was trying to take these kids' heads off until he got threatened by the one kid's mom.
I would have done the same thing, Jim. I'm rocking with 96.
96. G said 87. So G, you were closer. It was 1990. It was 1990. So that's dope, though. Now I'm excited to do the game show. So, all right, we're going to get up out of here, man. Y'all know how we end every show with final thoughts. Let's just get ready to go home. Hope everybody is safe out there. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Get those subscriptions up. Shout out to the Patreon community. This was public on Patreon. Oh, I owe y'all an apology. Last time I said we were public on Patreon, we weren't. When you go to schedule something, hear me out. When you go to schedule a Patreon post, they always assume you want it for the following day. They don't, it's never the same day. So I set the time and everything and I hit save. I never changed the date to the current day. They always set it ahead. So that was definitely my fault. I owe y'all that apology.
It's all good, producer. We'll make up for it.
Final thoughts. Let's go with Duck since he's up there first. Boom.
I don't really have much. I'm glad football's back. I'm hyped for that. My dog's been walking around with a limp since last night. I think he's been really favoring this front left paw. No idea what happened. He was good when I got home from dropping the baby off. I fed him his dinner. He went outside. He came back in with a limp. I'm hoping he just stepped on it wrong, but I feel like it shouldn't be lasting this long. So
Did he have any kennel time in between?
no.
My dog, I'm
Well,
assuming
not to my knowledge. He'll sometimes just go in there on his own, but I didn't put him in there.
in the middle of the night, the last 3 nights, my dog starts whining, or even in the middle of the day, we come out. He's like a yelp. It's not just whining like he wants to get out. It's like, and I'll go out. He's got his paw stuck in the cage from, I guess, him laying down and stretching out. His claws go in the kennel, and he's trying to get it out, and it hurts. So I was wondering if maybe something like that happened with Vulcan.
Nah, but he actually, when you made a little yelp sound, he's up there with me on his cot. He looked up like, yo, what the heck is that?
Yeah. I was in distress. I speak dog. I speak dog. All right. Hopefully he's all right, man. Keep an eye on him. He'll be good. All right, G. Actually, no, you go last. You go last. I'll go next. My final thoughts of this, man. Everybody go out there, do something good for somebody. And don't be those two guys and be skeptical every time you hear something negative. Just assume that it's fake and wait for the verdict and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion. The scammers are the ones that are supposed to feel guilty, not the people that want to help. My final thoughts. All right, G.
All right, so follow me on this one. This thought came a couple of weeks ago, random. So I'm going to pick up my food, and this weird thought came in my mind, and I was thinking to myself, if a Siamese twin is driving, one body, two heads, one is texting, the other one is driving, could they get pulled over for distracted driving? That was my thought. I don't know why.
It has no relevance, but you said you were on your way to pick up your food. What type of food were you on your way to pick up?
I don't know. I think it was a late breakfast. And as I'm driving to go pick it up, I'm just like, hold up. If a Siamese twin is driving, one body, two heads, one is on the phone, the other one is driving, could they get pulled over for distracted driving? That was my thought. I don't know why. Nothing even like led up to that. It was just, I'm going to just lay this in his head real quick and just. So, yeah, final thought. That was it.
I hate you so much.
I don't have an answer to that question. That is funny. That is funny.
I have a video of Siamese twins driving.
Oh, God.
I just Googled. I just looked it up on YouTube. And apparently Abby and Brittany took a weekend road trip and they were driving. Yo, they riding Segways and shit. They living it up. I'm gonna do a screen. I'm gonna do a screen share. Just I hate you, G. I hate you so much. Oh my God. No. Go back. Show them driving.
Living their best life. Lives. I'm sorry.
I think we should ask them if they can get a ticket for texting and driving. Yes, I think they can. I think they can because they only have 2 arms, and you're supposed to safely have 2 hands on the wheel.
And not only that, but I feel like in order for them to be able to safely see the whole road, like they both have to be attentive.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no, I don't get what you're saying.
If the one on the left tries to look to the right to see that side view mirror, the one on the right is blocking her view. You saw how close their heads were.
Yeah.
It's
Good night,
not
y'all.
like the
I
other
want to
day-
thank y'all for watching tonight's episode. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate the fellas for joining tonight. Y'all have been great. Round of applause to the crew, man. Where is it at? Where's the round of applause? Let's go. He said you saw how close their heads were. I can't believe he said that shit. on the microphone.
I made an observation.
I love it.
It's cool. I'm literally about to take a soak and read my Bible. So,
Good night, y'all.
now,
We'll see
Good
y'all.
night.
We'll see y'all on the next episode. Make sure you tell somebody to subscribe. We get these 200 viewers. My man up in the top left corner is going to wax his bald head on camera. It's going to be the greatest day ever. Greatest day ever. All right. We'll see y'all soon, man. Peace.